Hey guys, I decided to make my first video while viewing nature for you guys because of the importance of nature for grounding, and at the same time I want to talk to you about my experience. The first thing that I need to make a disclaimer about is that yes, I have a twin flame. I met my twin flame, but we are in separation and we've been in separation for years. I'll go about more details later. Now, this video, it won't be only about twin flames and reunion and stuff like that. I just felt like after all I went through, I just want to help people to find their peace, to find their self, to heal on their own. And I said, when is the better time to do a video like that than when you're still in this process? Like, I'm still healing, I'm still working on myself, and I thought this would be the best time. Now, what I needed to work on and still working on is self-love and masculine energy. As you know, self-love and to find balance between your feminine and masculine energy is the two most important things before you have your reunion. And also, it's important for you to feel whole, to live a normal life, because you can't accept to be happy with yourself, to love your life and feel whole without finding this balance and without loving yourself. Before I go into details about that, I probably won't talk much about it in this video because I want to concentrate about the first part first, but if I have the time, I will talk about it. I just want to start on my early beginnings. Now, I had a very, very tough life. And I believe the reason for that is my North and South Node. If you don't know what is that, you can go and Google it. Now, my North Node and South Node is my North Node is in Scorpio and my South is in Taurus. And it's known that this placement is for people who's gonna have a difficult life until they find the place, until they are whole. And I'm a person who always felt alone, like I don't belong all my life, especially in my family. I felt like I'm the black duck and all. And I thought I was going crazy a lot of time in my life because I only understood there is something that called awakening, spiritual awakening, and the twin flame and all of that. I only knew that at the end of 2019. Before, I had no idea. I just thought I was going crazy. Now I'm gonna tell you why I thought I'm going crazy. Now, first thing first, I was not planned pregnancy, and I was born dead. But they were able to rescue me, and then after I left the hospital, I stopped breathing 3 times in 1 week, and they had to take me back to hospital to save my life. And I always joked about that I probably saw my life tape. I don't know if you know about that, but they say every fetus, when they're coming out of their mother wombs, they see their life in front of their eyes. And I was like, I probably saw that and I wanted to kill myself. Like, no, 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 I want to die. This was always a joke. Like, for now, my view of things have changed a lot. But this is what I always thought. Now, just please focus on the number. Like I told you, 3 times. I was sent to hospital 3 times in 1 week. When I was 3 years old, I was poisoned by a chemical substance and almost died. 3 years. 3 years later, when I was 6, I was bit by a beehives. If I was allergic, I would have died. Now, I'm not going to tell you all the things that I went through, but every 3 years of my life, something big happens. I either go through almost near-death experience, I met my twin flame between these 3 years, my mother died between the 3 years, and my mother got cancer between the 3 years. Yeah, so lots of things. Now, I don't want to go, I don't want to focus about that, so let's go to the important stuff. Now, when I met my twin flame when I was only 11 years old. Of course, I had no idea what that even means. And of course, I didn't understand what I felt because I was only 11. I felt something. I felt like I saw my life in front of my eyes when I first met him. I felt something, but of course I was just a child. So I was like, what is this? And then I forgot. But he was my neighbor and he was the brother of my best friend. So avoiding him was impossible. So what I felt that I couldn't explain as an 11 years old turned to hatred. Or what I thought to hatred. I was like, I hated him and he kept teasing me a lot. He's almost 4 years older than me, like 3 years and a half older than me. So yeah, he could have felt something. So 3 years later, 2 years later, but it was almost 3 because I was almost 11 and then I was almost 14. So 3 years. I started to realize my feelings for him. And the reason behind that was a dream I dreamed about him that really opened my feelings for him. I had always had them, but I had no idea what they were. But since I met him the first time, when I was almost 11, my spiritual awakening started. I started seeing visions, premonition. I've dreamed something and then it comes true the next day. I predicted that my mom will get sick, that she will die. I saw my life with him and all of that, but of course none of that with him happened yet because we're not in reunion. We're not together now. Now, of course, as I said, I had no idea what I was going through. I thought I was going crazy with my feelings for him, what he makes me feel, how I keep hearing his voice in my head, and the dreams, the visions I see, and how I started to be able to look at the person in front of me and I'll know what they're thinking, almost what they're thinking. I can have an idea. I can know what they're feeling. This is an empath thing because I am an empath. So it could be a mix of these two, but like all of that and living in a family that makes you feel like you're useless, you're nothing, you're unloved, but at the same time, some days they make you feel like they love you, they care about you, but still not enough. You couldn't understand what's really real, what's not. So all I was able to think that I was going crazy. All I felt and knew is that I was going crazy. And this is what I had to live through for years. And I never realized that this turned to self-hatred, self-loathing, that depression, hating my life. It turned to my dark night of the soul. And the fact that I lived through it for years, I suffered through it for years because the reason behind it, my karma, my family, are always with me. So cutting them was impossible. And I didn't even know that they're my karma or that I need to cut them. I had no idea. And with that, now, when I first realized that I love him and I knew that he loved me, a big fight happened between our two family and we were separated. We were not allowed to even, I wasn't allowed to even see or talk to my friend anymore. So, and I just realized now that I'm only filming the floor. I'm sorry for that. Okay, I'm gonna try to stop blabbering a lot, but because I want to try to give you my thoughts process exactly and why I decided to act this way and all of that. So after that, for like I was like 13 till 15, I was in like I kept hearing his voice in my head. I tried to stop loving him and I thought I did until I saw him when I was 15. And I realized that I was lying to myself. We talked and started a secret relationship. We had a lot of on and off, but at the same time, the intensity between us was, as you know how twin flames are, but he had a lot of work to do. I had a lot of work to do. We still have a lot of work to do. So, and we kept waking this darkness in the other, and we didn't even know that. We had no idea. And he had his own darkness in his life. He chose dark in some path in his life, and like he was thought of as a bad boy. Actually, this is one of the reasons why my family didn't want me to be with him. And both of us had put masks and had put masks in our life. We were never honest with the other, and this made it a disaster. He broke up with me 3 years later because he decided to a very dark path and he didn't want to hurt me. Of course, 3 years on and off, barely seeing each other and barely talking. Like we talked, but we barely was able to see each other because of the secrets. So technically it was also a separation. And then my mother got sick when I was 18. So a year later of breakup. He tried to fix it with me because he wanted to be with me. And so I said no. For some reason, I became the nerd because I wanted to avenge what happened. And I wasn't ready because I wanted to focus all my energy on my mother. Now, back then I thought it was all for my mother because she was against us and now she's sick. But later on, I realized that the reason actually was not just that, but for running of it all. Like, I didn't want to go through it all again. And I was hurt, as you could guess. And 3 years later, my mother died. And he tried again to fix it, but I was completely broken. And so I said no again. Actually, there was no question. I just saw him with his sister and I acted cold as I can be. And of course, he took it as an answer. A year later from that, he got engaged and married. And now he has a baby boy. Yeah. Now, what made me start to realize the whole thing about spiritual awakening and all, and twin flame, like all, I thought that he was my soulmate. I didn't know there's something that is a soulmate. So all that made me realize that was when I knew he had a kid, and I wanted all to be over inside me, in my heart. I wanted to run. And with it, I met some people, and these people led me to know about twin flames, spiritual awakening, and all this stuff. And I knew that I was not going crazy. I'm sorry, I know I blabbered a lot about my story when I went to give an advice. I hope you will last till now, so I can start with the advice. Now, so when I started watching more videos about twin flames, tarot readings, and read more about it and stuff, and people's stories, and realize, and talking to people, and realizing how much my karmic family, the karma in my life, how much it destroyed me, and how much I hated and loved myself. And this is the reason why I kept saying no to him, and he kept saying no to me. So, despite all the yes in us. So, I realized that I have to start working on self-love, to put boundaries and stuff like that with my family. I was like, but I'm living with my family. Like, I'm living with my sister at the moment. And I was like, there's no way to put boundaries when you're living with someone. And I can't afford to live on my own at the moment. So, and I just realized I have to strengthen my personality to have more male and masculine energy in me, to be my own man, my own warrior. So I watched a lot of affirmation, lots of meditation, and I kept writing things about self-love. I'm trying to love myself. And the moment I did that, I was able to start sending for myself. And whatever people say to me, all the bad things I've been called from family, it stopped affecting me as much. I'm still doing that. I'm still working on that. Still trying to reach the unconditional love. And I hope I will succeed at the end. Now, other things that I did, I met my spirit guide. Her name is Medina. She helped me a lot, like a lot. I did past life regressions to realize my past life, and with that I realized that I actually had 3 past lives. So again, number 3, I was the same person in all of them, just with a slight difference in look. I don't know why, I found it weird. And he was my twin flame in all of them and looked the same with a slight difference. We had the same karma, but replaced in each life. And then we realized that one of the reasons why I never felt like I belong, and a lot of other things that you could read more about, I realized that I'm actually a starseed too, but will be in another video talking about starseed, because this is more about twin flame. So, and finding our true self. So yeah, focusing on true love, loving yourself, self-love is, I didn't mean true love, I think true love to yourself is best thing you can ever do. Meditation, meeting your spirit guide, doing past life regression, do meditation to balance your masculine, see your chakras, how to fix your chakras. Like all of this I did, and the transformation that happened in me as a person, the way I saw the world. And after understanding all of that, I just like, I'm not crazy anymore. I'm just meant for something. And I always felt since I was a kid that there is something big. But I was like, who are you to have a big mission or something big to do? You're just a little girl. You're nothing. This is literally what I was telling myself because I was uploading. But the moment I allowed myself, or starting to, everything changed. And also, what else I wanted to say? I forgot, I'm sorry. Yes, another big problem that I face is fear. I fear a lot. I fear that I'm wrong. I doubt myself and I doubt everything all the time. And it's something else I had to work on, and I still work on. And the best thing to do that is to focus on your sacral and solar plexus chakras. Both of these chakras really, really help in fear and doubt. It helps you to balance the masculine energy in you. And yeah, and of course, the root chakra, it's about feeling safe, feeling home. Mine was like, I did a test. My root chakra was actually minus 67%, and after working on myself, it's now 20%. It's still not very high, but it's open. So this is a big change. And of course, the most important thing, that I'm not focusing in reunion with him, even though I love him more than anything, and I wish to be able to be with him, but I just want to find myself to be able to do my mission. Even though a big part of me believes that my mission is connected with him because of the whole past life thing, and I really believe that, but still, I'm just focused on myself, and depending on and by the telepathic conversation that we have in meditation, which is the only way we meet, since he since he got married, even engaged, was even like before I knew they were real, was by telepathic conversation. I only knew they were real months from now, a few months from now. So this is the only sort of connection. But I know he's working on himself and I'm working on myself. And I just hope things will be okay later on. Whatever, no matter what the way will be. So this is it for the video. I'm sorry if I babbled a lot, but like I feel like I needed to put my story before anything. So yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to see you in another video. Love yourself, stay honest with yourself, and be safe. Bye.